My name is Jeremy Schipper. I'm an architectural designer. I've had two different careers by training and by work experience. I began as a writer and as a journalist, and then I switched into design and more specifically into architecture. I've since sort of combined those two interests into some work on architectural criticism. Right now, I guess the research or the work that I'm most interested in is how building design can combine with landscape and environmental design, social design, and I guess fields that are bigger than just design to come together to create something greater. The things that stood out most to me about Praiano, first is the amount of care that the community here takes to look after the town. Obviously it's beautiful and there are so many incredible places that you walk by, but what really struck me is that almost nothing looked abandoned or neglected, that each garden plot seemed to have someone taking care of it in a very active way, in a way that I think many cities that I've been to in my life, even if people were presented with opportunities for that kind of space, that it wouldn't necessarily be as well cared for. And the way I think that my appreciation for this place changed in my short time of about 2 weeks here was that traveling around the Amalfi Coast, a lot of people who I spoke to, when they asked me where I was staying or where I was from, and I told them Praiano, everyone said it was their favorite. So it was really interesting to speak with people on the coast too, to see why. And I think a lot of them felt like it had a very special and particular energy, a certain kind of connection with its past, and just a certain, I guess, openness or a certain feeling of welcomeness that I definitely felt in my time here. I think a definite highlight was last night at the theater, actually. Even though I couldn't understand a word, I thought that it was pretty spectacular that this town and this community came together and people were taking time away from work and away from life to rehearse this play. And just the amount of love that you could see that went into the sets and the audience that showed up, it just had a lot of really, really great energy. And you can tell here that people really care about cultivating a community, and it's a town that seems like people are respectful and want a good life, not just for themselves, but for their neighbors and for the people who share the town with them too.